Okay, so we'll come into the middle of your mat then. Pop your hands onto your pelvis. We're going to feel your pelvis moving. So just soften through your feet, soften through your knees, and think of a healing run at the top of your head, lifting yourself up towards the ceiling. So you're lengthening up through your spine. We're going to think of that pelvis as a bucket of water, and I want you to roll that pelvis forward. So you're rolling that bucket forwards, and then roll that bucket backwards. And again, roll that bucket forwards, and roll that bucket backwards. So we're just trying to feel that pelvis moving. So roll pelvis forwards, and then roll pelvis backwards. And again, roll pelvis forwards. We're just trying to move your pelvis, so keep yourself up nice and tall. I say nice a lot as well. I found this out this week. I say nice a lot, so I'm trying to go through a session without saying nice, but it's quite challenging. So keep yourself, I'm going to say it again, keep yourself up nice and tall, and then we're going to find that centre point then. So find the halfway point where your bucket is sort of halfway full then. And then from there, drop your hands down, take a breath in. As you raise those arms up, stretch up to the ceiling. Breath out to draw a circle back around. And again, take a breath in, stretch up to the ceiling, give yourself a good old stretch, draw that circle back around. Again, stretch up to the ceiling. This time I want you to come up onto your toes, so stretch up to the ceiling, up onto your toes, breath out to draw that circle back around. Again, raise up to the ceiling, stretch up onto your toes, breath out to draw that circle back around. Two more then, stretch up onto your toes, breath out to draw that circle back around. Last one, stretch up onto your toes, breath out to draw that circle back around, try not to fall over. Okay, take those feet out a little bit wider. We usually use bands in Pilates, but we're not going to use any bands today. So pop your hands onto your pelvis, soften through knees, take your weight across to the left, stretch your right leg out and come onto your toes, and then back to the right then. We're thinking about keeping everything nice and level, so as you come across to the left, you're keeping your shoulders level, keeping your pelvis level. So when we come across to the right, just don't want you dropping down to the right, so you're trying to keep yourself up nice and tall. Same across the left, bend left knee, stretch right leg out, back across to the right. Okay, this time when we come across the left, we're going to lift the right foot up, start tapping that right foot. And again, try not to lean across to the left as you're tapping that foot. So you should feel that left knee bending underneath you, tapping that right foot, and then we'll go back across to the right then. So this is just a little bit of a warm up, just to get you feeling your body and feeling what you're doing with it. So we're trying to keep everything nice and square, nice and level. Back to the left, tapping that right foot, bending that left knee, and try not to grip through your toes then. So we do some balance exercises next and really focus on trying not to grip through your toes. Back across to the right, tapping that left foot, keep yourself up nice and tall. Keep those collarbones wide. I'm saying nice again. Count how many times I say nice. Same across to the left then. Across to your left, tapping that right foot. Good job. Okay, so we're going to work through some balance work now then. So feet shoulder width apart again. Again, we're going to find that centre point. So soften your knees, soften your hips, pop your hands onto your pelvis, roll that pelvis forwards. The centre point is key to Pilates then. So find that halfway point, and then from there we're going to stand on your left leg. Take that right foot up off the ground. And this time you try not to grip through your toes. So we want your ankle to move a little bit. Not you moving it physically, but reacting to your movement then. So the further down your foot, or the further down your body then, the easier it is to manage your balance. And across onto your right foot, which I'm going to show you in a second now. So onto that right foot, try not to grip through your toes, soften down into your foot, but keep yourself up tall. So you try not to lower yourself down. Okay, we're going to test that balance a little bit. So when we go onto the left leg, take that right foot up off the ground. Again, soften down into your foot, relax those shoulders. From there, left hand, I want you to reach out to the left. So I want you to reach out to the left, work back in. Same to the right then, so reach out to the right. We're trying not to grip through your toes. We're keeping that knee bent then. So same to the left, reach out to the left. And feel that leg wobble. Wobbling is good. Wobbling and jiggling is good. And to the left then. Good. To the right. Good, perfect. Okay, onto your right leg now. Onto your right leg again. Soften down through your right leg. Soften down through your foot. Try not to grip through your toes then. So relax those shoulders. Reach to the right then. So reach across to the right. Really good for balance, this exercise is. Same to the left. Jazz hands. Back in. To the right then. Again, like I said, it's normally me laughing at myself rather than anybody laughing with me. You could be laughing, but I can't see you. So, same to the right then. Back in, to the left. Again, try not to grip through those toes. We'll do one more each side then. So to the right. And don't get me started on counting. Those of you who are in my Pilates class, give a little comment on my counting. Good job. Okay, we're going to step across to the edge of your mat. Then this is called mat work Pilates. So we're going to lie down on your back, but we've got to get down there first. So feet shoulder width apart. Soften through your knees. Soften through your hips. Think of that helium ball lifted up towards the ceiling. On your breath out, roll your chin down towards your chest. And you keep on rolling that spine. Let your hands fall further and further down towards the mat. And just feel that stretch working down the back of your legs. I want you to relax your stomach, relax your head though. On your breath out, bring those hands back up your shins, up past your knees, up your thighs. Lift that helium ball back up towards the ceiling. And again, on your breath out, roll that chin down towards your chest. Let those hands fall further and further down in front of your shins, down towards your toes. Feel that stretch working down the back of your legs. On your breath out, bring those hands back up your shins, up past your knees, up your thighs. Lift that helium ball back up towards the ceiling. This is your last one, then we come down to your back. So on your breath out, roll that chin down towards your chest. Let those hands fall further and further down the front of your shins. Feel that stretch working down the back of your legs. On your breath out, bend your knees, pop your hands down onto the mat, lower yourself down onto your back. We may do a starfish later, for those of you who don't know what a starfish is. The other people in the class will, and we will do a starfish later, but just to start off with then, we're going to bend your knees, feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to try and move your pelvis, so just focus on your pelvis. So, pop your hands on both your pelvic bones, imagine a marble in the middle of those pelvic bones. I want you to roll the marble into your belly button. So basically you're flattening your back down against the mat, and then roll that marble down towards your pelvis. So again, roll that marble into your belly button, and then roll that marble up your belly button down towards your pelvis. Like I said, your pelvis is key to Pilates then. So we're trying to find that centre point with your pelvis. So we're feeling that pelvis moving backwards and forwards, flattening your lower back down, arching through your lower back as you roll that marble down towards your pelvis. And again, we're trying to switch off through your upper half. You're just trying to move through your pelvis. So with Pilates, we're trying to switch parts off while other parts are moving. So you're just moving your pelvis, rolling backwards and forwards, keeping shoulder blades switched off, and relaxing through the front of your neck. Your towel should be towards the top of your head rather than directly behind your neck. So if it's directly behind your neck, just pull it towards the top of your head so you've got a little bit of space behind your neck and the floor. Okay, we're going to find that centre point. Roll that marble in, roll that marble out, and find that halfway point. Everyone's halfway point is slightly different, but I want you to keep that centre point. We're going to activate that through your pelvic floor, so think of stopping yourself from going to the toilet, and you should feel a bit of activation happening deep down in your pelvis. Okay, gently ease off. And again, activate that through that pelvic floor. Think of stopping yourself from going to the toilet. This is just setting things up. And gently ease off. Now I want you to think of your pelvic floor right the way through. So again, activate through that pelvic floor. And we're going to hold that there. Not to 100%, just to 50%. So just to half of your maximum. Take a breath in. On your breath out, raise your left knee into the tabletop position. So as if your foot is resting on a tabletop. And then control back down again. Same with your right leg. Raise your right knee into tabletop. Rest your foot onto that tabletop. And then control back down. You don't need to wiggle your foot, by the way. That's just me sort of saying you're on your tabletop. So just alternating from side to side. Again, we're thinking about that centre. Relax that upper half. So you're switching that upper half off. We're just trying to work your lower half at the moment. Switch off your upper half. So this is level 1 then. So this is just raising knee up, lowering knee down. Okay, we're going to go up into level 2 then. So I want you to raise your right knee into tabletop. Take another breath in. On your breath out, draw your ribcage down to your pelvis and raise your second leg up. So we're trying to feel those abdominals kick in, flattening your stomach rather than pushing your stomach up to the ceiling, and try to keep your knees and feet together. And on your breath out, lower left leg down, followed by your right leg. Same again, raise left leg into tabletop. On your next breath out, draw ribcage down to pelvis, raise your second leg up, knees and feet together, lower left leg down, lower right leg down. And again, think about that upper half. Keep on imagining that upper half, just relaxing down into the mat rather than lifting up off the mat. So just working those stomach muscles. So that's level 2, or level 2. Okay, level 3, we're going to lower your left leg down, touch your toes down on the mat, then raise back up again. This is known as the walking exercise. or soon to be jogging exercise and running exercise then. Really good for your abdominals, really good for switching off that upper half. Try to keep on breathing as you're doing things as well. Try to hold your breath. Okay, so this is level 3. Nice and gentle. And the further out towards the end of the mat that you go, the more challenging it will be. So you're going to lower down towards your bum to make it a bit easier, or right the way out to the edge of the mat to make things harder, and you're trying to maintain that centre. So that's why that first bit is so important, just to try and get that centre right. Okay, we'll go a little bit more challenging. As your right leg comes up, left leg goes down. So this is level 4 then. So you just go at whatever level that you feel comfortable at, and we're trying to maintain that centre, flattening that rib cage down towards your pelvis, trying to coordinate those legs moving. And because I'm talking so much, I tend to forget what my legs are doing. So keeping on breathing then, focusing on that centre, relaxing that upper half, switching off to the front of your neck. Again, the further out away from that you go, the more challenging it will be, and the more you want to hold your breath, but don't hold your breath. That's the key. Okay, we're going to go a little bit quicker now then. So take out the pause then. Here comes the stomping. So if you're doing it upstairs, warn the people downstairs. There's not a herd of elephants upstairs, it's just you doing your running exercise then. So we're trying to bring those knees back up into tabletop, rather than keeping those feet away from you. Bringing those knees back up into tabletop, and make sure that that foot touches the ground. So we're keeping those knees and feet together. What level are we on? 5? I told you I'm good with counting. I think we're on level 5. I think. But try not to take your legs out wide. We're not John Wayne on his horse. Keep those knees close together. Okay, we're going to go as quick as we can. Go as quick as we can. So I'll try and get those knees back up into tabletop. Switch off that upper half. Keep on breathing. Maintain that centre. Not much to think about. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Sorry about the sound effects, by the way. We're going to find that centre point again then. So, knees shoulder width apart or hip width apart, find that centre point. Roll that marble into belly button, down towards your pelvis. Find that halfway point. We'll do a little bit of a stretch. Take your arms out to the side. Keep your knees and feet together. Lower those knees down to the right. Turn your head across to the left. Feel that stretch, working down that left hand side. Pull back in. We're going to do 2 each side. So lower those knees down to the left. Turn your head across to the right. Feel that stretch, working down that right hand side. Work back in. Good, across to the right again. Lower those knees down to the right. Turn your head across to the left. Work back in. Last one. We're trying to feel the stretch through your rib cage. Let your stomach go. Try not to hold on through your stomach. You're letting your stomach go. And work back in. Good. Okay, so we've got another core exercise to go now then. So again, we're going to find that centre point. We always find your centre point first. So roll marble in, roll marble out. Find your halfway point. Take a breath in, on your breath out. Raise that left knee into tabletop. Level 1 then. Stretch that foot out. Touch that light switch off. Work back in, lower back down. So raise your knee up into tabletop. Stretch your foot out. Point your toes towards the wall as if you're reaching to turn the light switch off. For some reason, we always switch the light switch off. We never switch the light switch on. So we're always trying to switch the light switch off. I suppose you could think of switching the light switch on, but I always say off. So stretch out, touch the light switch off. Well, let's do on for today. We'll keep on switching light switch on. Raise left knee into tabletop, switch light switch on, maintain centre, switch off through shoulder blades. So again, nice and relaxed through shoulder blades, switching off that upper half, but working that lower half then. So it's key just to relax through the front of your neck. Okay, so that's level 1. Level 2, raise your left knee into tabletop. Raise that second leg up into tabletop. Hold on to your right leg. Stretch your left leg out. Touch the light switch on. And then bring back in again. Same on the other side. Stretch right leg out. Touch light switch on. Work back in. On to the other side. So we're just alternating from side to side. Keeping the front of your neck relaxed. Keeping those shoulder blades relaxed. So this is level 2. So you can keep at this level if you like, or we can go up to the next level then. So next level is level 3. I can count from 2 to 3. Pop your hands down, take a breath in. On your breath out, stretch your left foot out. Touch that light switch off. Work back in. So again, try not to hold your breath. We're trying to maintain that centre. You should feel it working through your stomach. Nice and slowly, stretching that leg out. Touch that light switch on, and then work back in. You'll have to turn it off with your right leg now. Stretch that foot out, turn that light switch off, work back in. So alternate from side to side. And you're keeping those shoulder blades nice and relaxed. Should really feel this working through your stomach, by the way. But this is only level 3. So level 4, we're going to bring your arms into it now. So as you stretch your right leg out, coordination. Right leg, left arm. So stretch right leg out, left arm up overhead. Work back in. Left leg out, right arm up overhead. Work back in. The key to this is keeping the front of your neck relaxed. You try not to tense up through the front of your neck. That arm is just weightlessly lifting up overhead. And you try and keep your head and neck in the same position. So you try not to let that chin poke up towards the ceiling. Okay, so what level are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on level 4. Is it 4? I told you I'm awful at counting. Okay, that's level 4 then. Okay, we're going to go to level 5. It's a big step up. We're going to move both legs, both arms. So focus on that centre. Breath out. Stretch out both legs. Both arms up overhead. Work back in. Again, both legs, both arms. Work back in. Try not to hold your breath. We're going to go for 5. So that was 2. Stretch out. 3. Work back in. 4. Work back in. Last one. Stretch out. Work back in. Lower left leg down. Lower right leg down. Just roll that marble in. Roll that marble out. We're going to go on to a bit of bridging just to work your glutes and hamstrings. And then we'll turn over onto your side to do a lot more glute work then. So if we take your towel out from underneath your head, slide that towel out. We don't need your towel at the moment. But just make sure that your chin isn't poking up towards the ceiling. So just lengthen the back of your neck. So your head should be straight again. We're going to bring those feet a little bit closer to your bum. On your breath out, roll that marble into your belly button. Lift that pelvis up, lift up through your low back, squeeze up through your bum. So you're trying to form a straight line from your knees, through your hips, to your shoulders, but not pushing up through your rib cage. So you're not really overextending up through your rib cage. You're keeping that rib cage relaxed then, and we're pushing up through your bum. So control back down again. I want you to think of like a domino effect. So as you roll that pelvis in, so as you roll that marble in, your pelvis lifts up, then through your lower back, then up through your mid back, squeezing up through your bum, and holding that position. And then we're going to control back down again, through your mid back, domino effect again, working from top, through middle, down to bottom, into your centre. So again, roll marble into belly button, lift up through pelvis, lift up through lower back, up through mid back, squeezing up through your bum. Control back down again, through mid back, down through lower back, until we're back into your centre. Okay, so that's level 1 then. We're going to go up to level 2 now. So, as you raise up into your bridge, we're going to hold that position. So if you're just doing level 1, just carry on with what we're doing. Level 2, we're going to raise that right knee into tabletop and control back down. Same with your left leg, into tabletop, control back down. Same with your right leg. And we're just making sure that you're not pushing through your elbows. So if you do feel yourself pushing down through your elbows, pop your hands across your chest. And this is your level 2. So as you raise that left leg up, push that right leg down into the ground. So you raise the right leg up, push that left leg down into the ground. So we're alternating from side to side. Push that right leg down, and then push that left leg down. Right leg down, and left leg down. You don't have to move your arms, by the way, I'm just rowing a boat. I suppose you could move your arms if you wanted to. If you want to move your arms, crack on. Raise right leg up. Again, laugh at myself. Tends to be a common theme in Pilates. I just laugh at myself, hoping that you were laughing with me rather than at me. Anyway, that's level 2. Level 3 now, we're going to raise those toes up, so you're going to be on your heels. And I want you to walk those feet out away from you until those legs are almost straight. Keep that bum up off the ground. Stop, holding your breath. Keep on breathing, keep that bum up. And now walk back in. So this is level 3. So walk those feet out away from you. So you've got level 1, which is just up and down. Level 2, raise up, raise one leg, then the other leg, alternating from side to side. Level 3, we're really working those hamstrings here, keeping that bum up, walking those feet out away from you. Again, just keep it at a level that you feel comfortable with. We've got one more to go, whichever level you're doing. One more to go. Hold that position, wherever you're at, hold that position. If you've got one leg up in the air, lower that one leg down, raise the other leg up. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Lower that bum down, flop that bum down. And then we're going to turn over onto your side then. So pocket towel, in between your shoulder and your ear. I always tend to lie underneath this light, which gives me some bright lights going on in my head. So straighten yourself out from fingertips down to toes. We're going to do, well, we usually do a Friday flow then, so we go one exercise into another, into another. We're going to do that with your glutes then. So straighten yourself out from fingertips right the way down to toes. Pop your hand onto your pelvis, and I want you to push your pelvis down towards your feet. And you should feel like a little opening underneath you then. So it should be like a little gap underneath you. Push that pelvis down towards your feet, open up that little gap. We're then going to bend your knees, and your feet should be in line with your bum. So take a breath in, on your breath out, push that top knee up to the ceiling, and then control back down. So there's a few things that we need to think about here. Firstly, top shoulder. Your shoulder shouldn't be up towards your ear. Relax that shoulder down. From there then, your rib cage should be drawn down towards your pelvis. So we're trying to flatten your stomach down rather than pushing your rib cage forward. Similar to what we were working on with the bridge. And we're just making sure that your pelvis isn't falling backwards. So as you raise that top knee up, we're not opening up right the way backwards. We're keeping our pelvis nice and square. So this is level 1. We're going to quickly move on to level 2. So level 2, we're going to raise those feet up. Again, we're going to keep that muscle open. The things that I've just been talking about, keeping that shoulder relaxed, raise that top knee up. This is the exercise, this is your clam, really good for your glutes. Keep that top shoulder relaxed. Keep that rib cage drawn down towards your pelvis. Keeping that mouth open, so you're keeping on pushing that pelvis down towards your feet. So this is your level 2 then. Again, we usually use bands in Pilates, or in our online classes then. But yeah, we're just using body weight today, just as a little taster. Okay, level 3 then, we're going to raise that top knee up. We're going to stretch that leg out, touch that light switch off, and work back in. Again, stretch that leg out, touch that light switch off, or on, and work back in again. We've been turning it on for a while now, mind, so let's turn it off. So break that leg back in. Again, think about those key principles. Relax those shoulders, rib cage drawn down towards pelvis. Mouse hole open. We call it a little mouse hole. It's just a little gap underneath you, or thinking of opening up that sort of pelvis then. Good. Okay, so whatever level you're at, 1, 2, or 3, stretch out, hold that position, or stretch up, hold that position. It's an enjoyable one. Raise up an extra inch, whichever level you're at, raise up an extra inch. Raise up again. Should really feel you working through those glutes. Last one. Raise up again. Ooh, start crying. Oh, for 3, 2, 1. Lower back down again. Ooh, you should really feel that working through your glutes. Straighten out your bottom leg. Bring your knee up to your chest and head it in towards you. So normally in Pilates or on the online classes, we do a lot more with your glutes then, but we're just going to do that little routine then for today. We've obviously got to do the other side as well, so we transition into the other side. So if you come up onto your bum to face me, and then my favourite exercise then in Pilates or in recent weeks then, really feel this working. So to start off with, straighten out your legs, and I want you to reach down towards your toes. So reach down towards your toes and see how far you can get. So just note how far you can get. Maybe a few oohs and ahs, and then come back up again. Okay, so bend your knees then. Have your feet about shoulder width apart. Pop your hands up behind you, and I want you to roll those knees down to the left. So we're twisting yourself over to the left. Try and get your knees down towards the floor. If you can't at the moment, don't worry. It should improve the more that we do. So down to the right. Work back in again. Down to the left. And you can twist through your body as well. If you're struggling with your shoulders, you can do a different exercise. So if you're struggling with your shoulders, just do that exercise. Feet together, knees wide, and grow tall through your spine then. So you're just keeping that position then. If you're not struggling with your shoulders, just windscreen wipering from side to side. Good job. And slow it down. Try not to do it too quickly. We're really trying to get those knees down as far as we can go. Good. Same on the other side. Be careful if you have recently had a hip replacement. I should have mentioned that. Hopefully nobody's had a hip replacement watching, or recently then, as in the last 6 months. So yeah, after 6 months we're okay to do this exercise, but yeah, if you have had a hip replacement in the last 6 months, then probably not best to try this at the moment. Okay, so let's straighten those legs out again. Let's see how far you can reach down. So reach down towards your feet, way onto the toes. So I was just reaching down to the ankles, now we're going down to the toes. So it does really improve that hip mobility, your back mobility, really good exercise. Anyway, enough talking. Down on the opposite side, straighten yourself out from fingertips, right the way down to toes. Hand onto pelvis, push that pelvis down towards your feet, open up that little gap, bend both knees, feet in line with your bum, so you can lift those feet up, feet are in line with your bum. Take a breath in, on your breath out, push that top knee up towards the ceiling, and control back down again. Again, pushing that top knee up towards the ceiling, same as the other side. You're watching out for that top shoulder, keeping that rib cage drawn down towards your pelvis, trying to keep that little gap open underneath you as well. Good, and just making sure we're not falling backwards through that top hip, so keeping those hips in a nice line. So this is your level 1. We're going to swiftly move on to level 2 then. So we're going to raise those feet up, push that top knee up to the ceiling, control back down. Again, push that top knee up. Again, as we were saying earlier, relax top shoulder, rib cage drawn down towards pelvis, mouse hole open, no falling backwards through top hip. And you're trying to push that knee up as high as you can without falling backwards through your pelvis. So pushing that top knee up towards the ceiling, control back down. Again, push that pelvis down towards your feet. Level 3 then, raise that knee up, stretch that leg out, touch that leg switch, on, off, whichever one you want to. Raise, work back in, stretch out, touch light switch off, or on, and work back in again. Stretch out, touch light switch off, work back in, and again, watch out for that top shoulder. We've got 2 more to go, and the last one we're going to hold it there again. So, this is your last one. Stretch out, hold that position, keep holding it there, keep that pelvis in a nice line. Raise up an extra inch, whatever level you're at, 1, 2 or 3, raise up an extra inch. And again, a little inch. Feel your glutes start to cry. Last one, raise up, hold for 3, 2, 1. Oof. Lower back down again, straighten out that bottom leg, bring your knee up to your chest, hug it in towards you. And now I'm going to show you this Starfish. Lots of people's favourite exercise. I don't think it's even a Pilates exercise, it just, whenever I started the Pilates classes 6 years ago, a lady in the Pilates classes just wanted to lie on the mat, so we introduced it as an exercise. So lie on your back, straighten your legs out, arms out to the side, and just focus on your breathing. So take a breath in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, let your head sink down into your towel, switch off through your shoulder blades. So this is just a nice way of just letting yourself just sink down into the mat. So you're just switching yourself off. And it's a great way, if you're struggling to get to sleep or you're thinking too much, just use this technique. Take a breath in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and just feel everything just sink down into the mat. So any areas of tension, just let yourself sink down. So we're going to go for one more breath, and then we do some stretches then. So take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, let yourself sink down into the mat. And then we're going to bend your left knee, come slightly onto your right hip, and bring your left knee up into your right hand. Left arm out to the side, gently pull across you as you turn your head across to the left. And again, just relax through your stomach. So you're relaxing through your stomach, trying to get that knee across as far as you can. Work on your breathing. Good work. Same on the other side. Straighten up that left leg, bend your right knee, come slightly onto your left hip. Right knee up into your left hand, gently pull across you. You may hear some clicks and cracks going on in your lower back, but relax that stomach. So let that stomach go. And you should feel that stretch working anywhere from your armpit right the way down to your right knee. Good, gently ease off then. Back onto your back, both knees bent. Bring your right foot up onto your left knee. Allow that right knee to fall out to the side. And you can either push that right knee down, or if you can, pop your hands around your left leg, bring it towards your chest, and feel that stretch, working right the way around that right hip. Oohs and ahs, ooh. And if you want to increase the stretch, just push those shoulder blades down towards the mat, and feel that stretch work around that right hip even more. Good work. Okay, same on the other side then. Bring your left foot up onto your right knee. Allow that left knee to fall out to the side. Push that left knee down. Or if you can, pop your hands around your right leg, bring it up towards your chest. Let that head fall back down onto your towel. Relax those shoulder blades. You should feel the stretch around that left hip. If you want to increase it, push those shoulder blades down towards the mat. Ooh, ah, ooh. Usually the sound effects that come from the classes. Good job. Okay, we're going to turn over and up onto your knees to face me then. So we've got a couple more stretches to go then. So turning over onto your knees to face me, bring your right foot out in front, push forward through that left hip, and you should feel a bit of a stretch working at that left hand side then. So push through your left buttock, raise those arms up, and gently lean across to the right. Again, you should feel that stretch increase then. Good. Gently ease off. Same on the opposite side then. So left leg out in front. Push forward through that right hip. Squeeze into that right bum cheek. Raise those arms up. Gently lean across to the left. Feel that stretch with that right hand side. Oh. And it's just me laughing at me. And then we're going to stand back up onto your feet then. So back onto your feet, back to where we started. So back into the middle of your mat, feet shoulder width apart. Pop your hands onto your pelvis. Soften through your knees, soften through your hips. Think of that helium balloon lifting up towards the ceiling. Find that centre point. See if you're any better at finding that centre point now. So roll that pelvis forwards. Thinking of it as a bucket of water. Roll that bucket backwards. Roll bucket forwards. Roll bucket backwards. Find that centre point then. So find that halfway point. Drop your hands down. We're going to bring your left ear down to your left shoulder. Left hand on top of your head. Gently pull your ear down to your shoulders. You push that right hand down towards the mat. Gently ease off. We're holding for about 5 seconds, otherwise you go a little bit dizzy and I don't want you falling over. So bring right ear down to right shoulder. Pull that ear down to your shoulder. Push that left hand down towards the mat. Gently ease off. Roll your shoulders around. 5 shoulder rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and count now. 5. Good job. Right hand up in front, across your chest. Pull in with that left arm and feel that stretch around the back of your right shoulder. So this is the last stretch then. Lower that hand down. Bring that left arm up in front, across your chest. Pull in with that right arm there. Feel that stretch around the back of your left shoulder. Gently ease off. We do 5 shoulder rolls again. 2 to show you that I can count. 3, 4, last one. 5, and we always give yourself a clap. Well done everybody. So